From Dannyland Studios, my name is Joey Helpish, and this is How to Song. Chapter 1, Lyrics. Okay, so before we get started, please remember that when people ask me, which part do I start with when I write a song? Is it chords or melody or lyrics or rhythm? The answer is yes. Start with any of that. So today we're going to start with simplicity, repetition, and embracing. Make things terrible. And we're off by talking about syllable structure. Now, obviously, if you're doing something that is like hip hop or more spoken word and less melody, lyrics are going to be all about syllable structure. However, when you are doing melody work, when you're doing something like la, 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 each one of those notes that I'm singing, I will translate into a syllable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then I need an 8-syllable line to stick in there. And this structure, though, is loose. So let's say I'm writing and my 8 syllables that would fit is I am looking beyond the veil. But what feels right to me is I am looking right beyond the veil. That's 9. We can shove 2 syllables inside of one note. So I am looking right beyond the veil. So to get started with lyric writing, we're going to do something that I call verse journaling. We're going to try to get as close as possible to writing 4 lines a day that are a consistent syllable and rhyme structure. And the reason why I call it verse journaling is obviously it's meant to be like repetitive and somewhat like a daily journal thing, but to get away from it being lyrics and the heaviness of that word. I just want you to journal in verse. It doesn't have to be heavy journaling. Just like if nothing comes to you, just write about what you see. Like write about the TV and the cat and how you have to poop. Because look, writer's block doesn't actually exist. Just like I don't have runner's block because I can't go run a mile. I'm just chubby. You just need to exercise it. Get in the habit. Build that lyric muscle. And so we have to start off by assuming it's going to be terrible and doing it anyway. The win is not some magical outcome or some product. The win is actually doing this thing. It's getting to the end of it. So let's unpack this a little bit more. So when we start with verse journaling, we're going to make 4 lines. Each line is going to be 7 syllables, and they're all going to rhyme. They're all going to rhyme because you need to get good at rhyming. That's a big part of lyrics. That's part of the stickiness, what makes people remember the words and feel, identified with them. Just kind of how people work. And obviously you can color outside of the lines, please do, but we got to start somewhere. This is where we're going to start. And the reason that we're going to do 7 syllables is because of the alphabet and breathing. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And you can do these as if they are 8th notes. So you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then take a breath. And lyric writing, something I'm guilty of a lot, is like writing lyrics that are too close to each other. And then I forget that I'm human and I have to breathe. So to start, each line is going to be 7 syllables so that we can then take a breath and get ready for the next set of syllables. So that's where you start with verse journaling. 4 lines, 7 syllables each, and they all rhyme with each other. And try to do that as close to daily as possible. And here's a little tip for how to kind of find a rhythm and a place for this in your life. Now, if you're a person that needs to schedule everything, schedule it. But here's something that's worked for a lot of people. Do it before or after something. So like before you watch movies or play games at the end of the night, crank out 4 lines. After breakfast. After you get home, before you leave home. Find a spot and just try to do it daily. And if you don't do it every day, even if you only do it once in a week, don't be, mean to yourself. This is a new thing. It's also okay if you kind of like do a bunch of it at once and then don't do it for a few days. And here's the cool thing. If you do it right, and by right, I just mean that you don't care that it's good and you just get it done. You just have all of these 4-line little phrases that all rhyme with each other. Then we can use that as sort of fodder for writing little mini songs later. And for series 2, we're going to get more into like how to make lyrics good or convincing. But for right now, you just got to get into the practice of putting words on a page or a screen that rhyme and have a consistent syllable structure. And please don't get stuck in this trap where you think that you have to have better words or higher syllable words. It's all about dynamics, which we'll talk about later, even in lyrics, not more anything. Let's go to the piano for a minute. So before we move on to today's exercise, I just want to talk a little bit about how verse journaling can evolve past the 7-syllable structure. You can start to experiment with different syllable counts for each one or all of them. So they could all be 9, they can all be 4, which is really kind of hard. Or you can do 7, 8, 9, 5. When you do this in the beginning, just keep to rhyming everything. But then you can do things like ABCB rhyme schemes. So the first and the third ones rhyme, and the third and the fourth ones rhyme. Or ABCB, which is you just have to worry about the fourth one rhyming with the second one. And there's also what I call the boomerang style of lyric writing, which is you have 3 lines, and for the last one, the fourth one, you just repeat the second one. Okay, so here is a side mission. You're absolutely not required to do this at all, but it might help to kind of mess around with it. So here's what we're going to do. First, I'm going to make a chorus. So we're going to stick to the 7-syllable thing. We're just learning how to song. Everybody sing along. I forgot to mention, we talked a lot about verses today, but choruses essentially are 2 lines or 4 lines, sometimes 1 line that is just repeated. And when we get into talking about song arrangement, we'll talk a lot more about that. So I'm going to sing those 2 lines 2 times, and then I'm going to do a line and you're going to do a line. You can just practice with this at home. If you're on TikTok, you can totally duet it. Or if you've got some video editing chops, you can make a video where we both sing together. But here we go. Here is chapter 1's little exercise on lyric writing. I'm going to sing the chorus, and then I'm going to do 7 syllables, and you do 7 syllables. You don't have to sing. You can just try to say them in rhythm. We're just learning how to song. Hope you all can sing along. We're just learning how to song. Hope you all can sing along. I've been spending all my time I hope it will turn out fine. We're just learning how to song. Hope you all can sing along. Dope. Hope you have a badass day, and I love you.